Ready?
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Pablo Escobar in the flesh, baby.
Dude, you're back? Oh, so we're back.
We're back.
We're getting the whole cartel back
Yes,
together.
sir,
It's like the
know.
Beatles. We're reassembling.
Yeah, without John though.
Yeah.
No one needs John.
Your bitch ass was over here fucking burying money and shit like that. Dude, come on.
Come on, get your fucking life together.
All right, guys. First things first, let's get this out of the way. Make sure you're following us on all social medias. That's at Real Clean Closet for pretty much everything, right? Twitter,
Right.
Instagram, Facebook. You can find us on Facebook using
Yep.
at Real Clean Closet, or you can use the full podcast name, the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast.
Either way,
Honestly,
you
we
get
don't
there.
really use the Facebook anyway, so fuck the
Fuck
Facebook.
Zuckerberg.
We're also on TikTok. Is it at Real Clean Closet also?
That's also going to be at Real Clean Closet.
And
Yep.
make sure you're commenting on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
And, very important,
Yes. What is very
sending
important?
us emails to
Yeah.
the email address.
Dude, I'm actually pissed. So
Okay.
we're back. We're back. Don't call it a comeback. We're back though.
Yeah.
So we took a little hiatus. Some things came up. We'll talk about
Life.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did get an email that we actually addressed on our last episode we put out.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it's been like 2 fucking months since we put anything out since that episode. I was expecting like maybe one more email. Like what the fuck, guys?
We get scammers, just Indian scammers. Like,
Yeah, the fucking.
reset your password right here.
I've actually went on a rabbit hole the other day of those Indian scammers calling people that know what the fuck to do, and they're actually start fucking with the scammers and like get onto their computer and delete all their shit. Dude, it is the best fucking thing to watch when you're just
That's
like,
the thing about it. It's just gonna keep escalating like that. You know what I mean? They're
Yep.
gonna get like, and then you're gonna get the guy that knows that they know, and then they're gonna and it's just gonna keep going like that. Let's just bomb India.
I will just call it what it is.
Yeah, we gave them electricity. We knew they were gonna abuse it.
Come on, that many people, someone was
so-
bound to fuck up.
All right, guys. Let's briefly, quickly, just get it out of the way. We'll address it. We've been gone for a while.
Right.
Life gets in the way, you know. My life got super complicated
shit.
because the company I spent a couple years working for, I think I already said it on the podcast anyways, but I'll just reiterate it again because it's been a while since we put anything out. So addressing the audience directly,
As you should.
They laid everyone in the state off, and from that, nobody was really prepared. You know, we worked the whole way through the pandemic, and we were like, "Oh, we're
Good. We're good.
But from there, it just kind of became like a clusterfuck of trying to figure out where I'm going to go next, finding places, them being absolute garbage, getting mistreated, all kinds of things happening to me. I don't want to get into one thing specifically. There's one thing that I know,
Dude, honestly, I
would
think
be
you should
great
talk
content.
about
I
that.
just don't want to because it really grosses me out. Like I know.
It's basically, without getting into details, it is something that you would see probably on a Jackass movie.
Yes.
Like, the consequences
I'll say
are
this. I'll say this
not
about
good.
it. One of the jobs, I had to put penises into my
all
So
of his mouth.
one of the jobs, I wound up becoming covered in an incalculable amount of bodily fluids.
You work for R. Kelly?
Yeah, I was one of his prosecutors.
That makes a lot of sense. How's he doing?
Solid stuff. You'd be surprised
Yeah.
what's going on in those prisons, man.
The only thing I could think, you know how like there's like the gray silver lining and shit?
Yeah.
You know how music, typically like the best kind of music comes from pain? Can you imagine the music that R. Kelly's going to be putting
For him,
out?
it's statutory rape. That's where the best kind of music comes from.
I believe I could
For
fly
him, it's-
into that 13.
It's pissing on like fucking 12-year-olds. That's where the best music comes
But
from.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So yeah, you were.
Yeah, I worked a job that I don't want to get into because honestly, every time I had to recount it to people, it would make me dry heave really bad.
I was laughing my ass off so
It's-
fucking hard. I felt
you're not
so
the only
bad
one.
for you,
Dude, because
but
you
it's
could hear it in my
also-
voice. I was like on the verge of
Well, no, because I
having a
literally talked to you. I
massive
think
breakdown.
the day of though.
Yeah.
So like it was like fresh in your fucking soul of how
The
crushed
people
you were.
I talked to that day, like right after it happened, were Benexi first, my wife, Ginger Sean former cast member of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast, and you.
Yeah.
And I talked to you all in succession with each other. Like, it was Benexi, Sean, and you. It was right after another. And it was like, I could not.
It was
I
bad.
was so, oh my God. And not to say that I am doing what I want to be, like where I'm at right now isn't where I want to be financially or like career wise, because I'm still
But you're not getting pissed
deeply
on.
like fucked. But I'm
That's always a plus in my
Yeah,
opinion.
man.
So cheers to that. Also,
hopefully this is the start of us getting back on track and getting onto a more regular
I
schedule
really hope
again
so.
for you guys and for our sake as well, because it's been tough for us to not get in here and do this.
dude, honestly, like we still have our phone conversations. We still call each other. It's been not as much just because both of our schedules now are
conflict like crazy.
Exactly. So like we still call each other, but it's a lot less than we used to. So it's sucks because we don't have the podcast to kind of like catch up and just like
Yeah.
bullshit and stuff. I was talking before we even started today's episode. Like I was like, we're just gonna kick it in the fucking garage for like 30, 40 minutes. I'm gonna have a couple smokes. We're just bullshit just to kind of see what's up.
Usually before a podcast, we'll probably take around like 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
right.
like a quick like smoke break for you. But yeah, we did like probably like 30 minutes, like just catching up,
Right.
shooting shit, like talking bullshit, like coming up with horrible sketch ideas in our like
Most amazing,
hilariously,
honestly.
but like it would definitely get us canceled.
I think
But
pretty much
anyways,
everything
okay,
these days
I've
will.
I've had this on my list for a while now, because as soon as it came up, I was like, I want to talk about this, and I want to get your perspective.
Okay,
on
what you
this.
got? What you got?
It's not even anything that's like mind blowing or anything like that. I've got two things I want to talk about though.
All right, dude.
Number
I'm
one.
listening.
Number one. Okay, some girl that I went to school with posted on Facebook.
She's got an OnlyFans.
Yeah. Another one.
Another one. Fucking DJ Khaled out this bitch.
She posted, she was like, it was like very like, I don't know how to describe it, because I wasn't friends with her or anything like that. Like we weren't close or anything.
You just
I
went to the
don't
same
really
school.
remember her. And when I do think about like the times that we must have shared classes together, I feel like she didn't like me. I feel like she hated me, actually. I feel like she really didn't like me.
Right.
Maybe I'm making that up in my head, but I felt like she didn't
No,
like
she
me.
probably hated you. Most
Yeah,
people.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
I've met me.
I live with me. I know this.
So, literally, she posted on Facebook and she said, I'm so tired. Something along the lines of like, it's so annoying, like how every guy that wants to date me or something like that wants me to ride them, like, you know, like the position, obviously, like riding them. And she was
I
just
thought
like,
you meant
I'm
like playing horsey.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hop on, bitch.
Dad. And
Kelly?
and she was saying how like she's not good at it. She needs to practice more or something like. And like the thing about it is she's
Practice
not
makes
like
perfect, bitch.
She's not like this overtly sexual person online. That's as of what I've noticed, right?
Right.
So I was just like, whoa, this like stood out
Yeah,
to me
yeah, yeah,
as like
definitely.
a Facebook post. I was like, Jesus, but you know, I'm not judging or anything like that. I was just like, wow, this felt like it came out of nowhere, right? So, and then I see people commenting, and there's people like giving advice and stuff like that on how to ride
That's
dick.
awesome.
And I was like, oh, this. So I was like, fuck it, I'll throw.
Ginger
I was
Sean's like-
I'll throw my 2 cents in here.
Right.
And I put me personally, I don't really care for it. You know why? Because I'm the kind of guy
Like
that
control.
I like to put in the work.
Yeah, no,
I
for
like
sure.
to put the work in.
I'm the same way.
Because
I
for one
can
thing, I know I do
completely
it better.
appreciate it.
I'll ride a dick 10 times better than no. So
I'm not.
Julian
allegedly,
can't dispute that. You can't
allegedly,
dispute it.
yeah.
You know. So
He
basically,
throws that fucking thing back. What can I say?
dude,
He does.
whiplash. What's it called? So basically, I throw my 2 cents and I go, I don't really care for girls riding. Like, I'm like, it's fine, it's cool and everything like that. But honestly, if a girl gets on top, I know that I'm still gonna be the one putting in the work, because even from the bottom, I'll fucking put my legs
Right,
back
right.
and I'm like,
Doing your
like,
thing.
I'm just like, come on. And then they'll get tired, and then I'm like, all right, now it's gonna go back to me like on top doing all the work anyways, you know. So
So as far as that goes, so I think like pretty much anyone will attest to this. People kind of get into like a routine, right?
Yes,
As far as like
sure.
it's like, okay, this is how we started.
to quote a great man that
Shakespeare, I believe.
given many wisdoms to both of us, it's like a sexual Roomba.
Ooh, I like it.
It's from the league. I think it was either Ruxin or Kevin. They were talking about like a sexual foxtrot or something like that. Where it's like you get into a rhythm, you just keep doing the same thing over and over.
Exactly. So yeah, I would agree as well. Like, I don't mind like when like if she's on top and stuff, but it's not my preferred.
What do you get? I think what it is that a lot like it's appealing in terms of visuals. It looks amazing.
Yeah, if you're watching,
you're
porn,
down there, you're like, holy shit, this is awesome. But like,
but is it?
There's not much to it. You're not like I've never been like, oh, this is better than any of the other positions we could be doing.
Like literally, like I've busted in that position before multiple times.
Of course.
But there are way more positions that I prefer and that feel better.
By far, I'm gonna send her a clip of this, like on Facebook. I'm like, look at this. Listen to me. And I don't remember.
Spit or swallow?
She spits.
Swallow. Swallow.
I was just showing Julian a video about it was like an old Funny or Die like
those times,
viral video that some sketch group made like a blowjob Olympics. Go if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's hilarious. It's really funny. But anyways, yeah, that's it. I don't know. I think she like commented back and was saying something like, I don't know, a lot of guys ask me for it, and I was just like, that just sounds like, to me as someone who wants to get the most out of a sexual experience and give the most to my partner. Because I always say this: sex is about my partner. Jerking off is about me. Like
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You don't have to take your time. You don't have to. There's no foreplay involved.
You literally could go as long as you want or as quick as you want.
Exactly.
You're not trying to please anyone else but yourself.
I've jerked off for 3 hours and I've jerked off for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like. It just be like that. Mm-hmm. There's no like, and there's no shame in jerking off for 3 minutes. There's so much shame in having sex for 3 minutes.
You know what's so funny though? So the opposite rules kind of apply. So there's so much shame in busting when you're having sex in 3 minutes, but jerking off not so much. But you have sex for 3 hours, that's dope. You jerk off for 3 hours, that's sad.
I broke my penis having sex for 3 hours. That was that I've told you about. I told you the story about.
You fucking
I don't think I've told it on the podcast before.
I don't think so.
But I sprained my penis many years ago with my wife, who was at my.
So how does that work? Do they put like a splint on it, like a finger?
Yeah. Well, the doctor, once he got it out of his mouth, he was draining all the blood out of it.
Well, your mistake is first you went to the dentist.
Yeah.
Like,
come on.
What are you doing, Dad?
He was hot. So basically, Benexi had, I think she went to Boston or New York. I can't remember. It was Boston or New York. I can't remember. And she was gone for a week, maybe 2 weeks. She got back. We were in my room for literally 3 hours going at it. And when I got out, I didn't feel anything weird about it. But when I went to the bathroom to take a piss, it burned like you would never believe.
So honestly, I guess answer this question if you feel comfortable. So when that first happened, did you immediately? No, we know.
This was God blaming me for my sins.
My dick. I know this. No, so did you think like, oh, I just did something, like I just broke my dick, or like, oh, she gave me a fucking STD?
What's funny is that no. So when I first did it, I was just like, holy shit. I'm thinking like this must just been because of all the friction and stuff like that. Like I just like went at it too hard because I was raw. Like it like chafed the fuck. It was like 3 hours.
Dude,
all the lube in your vagina, like just
for 3 hours, you're fucking that. Whatever that is.
You're basically Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You do anything for 3 hours.
Yeah, you're done.
This guy eats pussy for 3 hours. Like anything. He does anything for 3 hours. He takes
meal.
3 hour shits, I'm sure. With the amount of food he must have to eat to maintain that fucking body. I
would say just trying to wipe his ass alone is probably an hour.
Just chugging Mark Wahlberg's cum. All that protein.
Anyways, the protein. Throwback, baby.
So big, I know, right? I kind of dealt with it for like I think a week to 2 weeks, and I didn't do anything about it.
No, fuck. And every time you pissed, it hurt.
It not hurt. It
like excruciating,
painful burn through my urethra.
If that shit would have been like 2 days.
It would come out like lava. It was like I was. You know when you have those diarrhea, those shits where it's like. oh, and your ass is burning for like the rest of the day. That was my dick hole. My dick hole would burn for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's not good, dog.
So, I think about a week goes past, maybe a week and a half. Mm-hmm. And
have you told Benexi, like, hey babe, my dick fucking burns when I piss?
Because my dick was fine, but it was when I pissed.
Right.
And like we didn't live together at the time.
Oh, okay.
So like
gotcha.
when we would see each other when she wasn't working, you know, when she would come over, blah blah blah. It wasn't that frequent, you know, at the time. So
were you still fucking though?
Yes.
Bro, you were like,
dude,
that's like a fucking football player like breaking his ankle and still running on it week after week. I'm comparing you to a pro athlete.
I had a minor tear in the ACL and I decided to fucking shoot for the stars, play in the fucking Super Bowl, and I was taking every chance.
Some kids dream.
They should write a book about me.
I think they did. Rain Man.
Yeah, me, myself, and my cock. And so I basically, I'm just every single time I have to take a piss, and also it makes it so that I have to piss like constantly over and over and over again.
Bro,
like I can't get all of the urine out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like every time I go, it'll trickle for a while, and then I'm like, and then I'd leave, and then I have to come back.
Like Tom Hanks from Green Mile.
I'm telling all of my friends,
right,
and like 2 friends who I'm not even gonna say, they're not friends of mine anymore, but they were the ones who first said that. They were like, dude, she might have given you something, you know, she probably cheated or something. And I'm like, this is my listen, I've known her, been friends for a really long time. Like, she's not the cheat. Like, if any person was gonna fucking cheat in the world, opposite. It's not this fucking girl. Promise you that. But anyways, I still wasn't convinced to like go and do anything. I was like, it'll take care of itself. Yeah. And I woke up one morning. I wake up one morning. I'm like, all right, I got to take a piss. You know, that first morning, early morning, you're like still crusting your eyes. Like I'm waking up, half of my face is covered in drool and shit. Like my beard is stuck to the other side of my face. Yeah. And
you knew me before you
I
knew
start
me, bro.
pissing, burning. It's burning, right? But it's alleviated burning. It's not as bad as it was before. I'm like pissing. I glance down, and the bowl is being filled with my piss blood.
I'm not gonna lie. So at night when I take pisses, I don't turn on the lights. And I have 2 fears of that for not turning on the lights. It's pissing blood and not knowing I'm pissing blood.
And bathroom goblins.
Basically, but like
just jerking you off while you're trying to piss.
Like, do I piss? Do I come? Do I piss? Do I come? I don't know. No, but like a snake or an alligator coming up and biting my fucking.
The snake thing is. If you live in Florida, that's a real thing.
Exactly.
That's a legitimate fear that I have too. I check my toilets every time I have to. See, even while I'm shitting, I'll lift my leg and I'll check because they okay, for anyone who doesn't live in Florida, this is a real problem that you'll have to deal with here. It can happen. Snakes can get into the pipe system. They will literally go all the way through, and they have bitten and sent people to the hospital. They may have killed people. I'm not entirely sure.
I would imagine if
but they
got
can.
Fucking
you can get a fucking poisonous snake to come through the fucking and
a water moccasin
up.
Biting you in the gooch.
Nope, I'm done.
You're fucking done, bro.
I check that shit all the time. While I'm taking a shit, I'll lift my leg and I'll make sure. I'm also scared of the whole spider thing too. I know
I don't like. Yeah, I'm kind of.
I know that's a big thing in Australia. They have to they flush the toilets like multiple times before they sit down, and you lift the seat. You look on, because you're like, fuck. There's like 72 deadly spiders that exist just within this a 3-block radius. So you're like, fuck.
Dude,
but yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. No,
would be terrible in Australia.
I look down and I'm just shitting out of my dick. It's coming out like Play-Doh. It's just like that slope.
It starts splitting at the ends.
It's just like a little diamond shape.
It's like the actual Play-Doh thing where like you put the thing on and like the hair comes out.
Yeah, exactly. It's just slowly. I start pinching it off.
Why does this feel good but hurt?
Piss blood in the fucking toilet. I'm like, nope, not having it.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I don't fuck around with, it's my penis, bro. Yeah. So
I'm surprised it actually took that long.
I go to my dad, and my dad's the kind of guy who I've literally this is 100% true on multiple occasions. I was dying, like literally dying, and he refused to take me to the hospital. And when I eventually forced my way to the hospital confirmed on 2 separate occasions that if I didn't go in, I would have died that night or the next night. I have witnesses for this shit. My dad refused to take me to the hospital, and they literally said I would have died if I didn't go.
You really took fucking Ashton Kutcher taking over 2.5 Men pretty hard.
Yeah, no, it was a rough couple seasons, man.
It's not for you, bro.
I was not
for
having
everyone.
it. He didn't have no fucking tiger blood. I was pissing tiger's blood. Trust me, I know.
Can you imagine what Sheen was pissing?
Oh god, it just looks like the fucking what's it called? The energy drink from that movie Role Models. You know?
Oh yeah,
where
yeah,
they're
straight
pissing,
like fucking
green.
antifreeze.
They were like, it's like Shrek's piss. So it's like
movie.
radioactive horse piss. So basically, I go to my dad. I'm like, and here's the thing: if I told my dad I broke my leg, he'd be like, "Walk it off,
bitch."
I walk over to him and I don't say anything else except this. I just pissed blood. He goes, let's go.
Yeah.
He grabs his keys. If there's one thing that man don't fuck around with, it's penis stuff. He was just like, no, you can't lose that.
Yeah, we need that.
And I call my best friend. I was like, bro, I need you to be at the hospital right now. I was like, if there's, I don't want my dad there. I wanted my best friend there. I was like, hold me while they amputate my cock, please. I need someone to hold me. And I should have looked at him and been like, you're gonna be the one to pull the trigger. I need you to kill me. Like, they're gonna slice my dick off and I want you to fucking break my neck.
Just right there on the spot.
So I get to the hospital. Mm-hmm. They come in with me, my dad and my best friend. They come into the fucking exam room with me because I was like, they're gonna tell me that my fucking dick is coming off.
Dude, how embarrassing would it be if it's like, hey, you just got an STD, kid?
They're like, you're having your period. It's finally you're a late bloomer.
You didn't know.
And my dad's like, can you give us the room? I think it's time we had a conversation. I'm like, wait, this whole time, wait a minute.
So I don't have a really small dick. I just have a huge clit.
I'm like, I know what I'll do now. I'll join the UFC and fight a bunch of women.
Nothing could go wrong with this.
This is shaping up to be a great comeback episode.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm excited. Dude. I'm literally just like just glowing from just happiness of just talking dumb shit, dude. It's been so long.
Oh my god. So basically, the guy does the exam, you know, he's literally like, show me your cock and stuff like that.
Show me your cock and balls.
I've always said this. I'm a grower, not a shower, and I fucking hate when doctors have to look at my limp cock. I'm like, Doc, can you at least cough on it or something? Dude, blow a little warm air or some shit. They have the cold hands too.
And the gloves are funky.
It's also medical and like off-putting.
It's abrasive.
Bring the hot nurse in or something. Just some jacked nurse dude that looks like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I think there should be a rule, honestly. If you know you're getting your cock examined, right? The doctor, comes in.
Give you half a Viagra.
No, not even that. Just be like, the doctor's ready. And then he's like, I'm going to be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, he's like, you want to like fluff it?
Yeah,
you want to fluff it up a little bit? Yeah.
I know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. It's not gay.
We've got a machine that blows warm air. Do you want to just puffs of warm air?
It's like when you're bowling, you know how the little the vent blows the
air? Yeah.
Just put it on your balls a little bit. Just
they get the WD-40 thing. They're just like,
it's perfect.
We got to loosen everything up. Yeah. Put it behind the foreskin. Get everything.
You don't want to miss any crevices.
So basically, the doctor, he checks it out and everything like that. He's just like, you don't have any STDs. I'm like, I pretty much figured that.
Right.
Unless I was like, I fucked so hard I invented a new STD. It's like, in that case, name that shit after me, bro. And I want everyone to know how I got it. It's like, this guy went so fucking hard.
He
went so
hard. The friction
hard.
of his dick and vagina caused a new bacteria to grow.
He was just like, it seems like, it's just suffered like trauma. And let me tell you, also in this time period too,
you'd watch Two Girls, One Cup.
Not only are we still having sex during this time, I'm still jerking off too.
Exactly.
And like he's just like,
you didn't wonder like when you're jerking off and it's like a question mark every time you fucking bring your hand down.
I should have known when the head popped up. I was like, I don't know if this is supposed to do that.
Like one of those fucking Russian doll things. Does it keep getting smaller?
So basically, he's like, it's probably just suffered some trauma, and he's like, so what has anything happened significantly recently since this all started?
My parents divorced.
Your dick has suffered emotional trauma.
It is fucking practical.
Your dick has PTSD. I think my penis has split personality disorder, and then I turn away from Benexi, and when I turn back, it's got a little hat on and a mustache. Oui. It's French, the little baguette. Yeah, it's perfect. I go around again.
It's not crooked. It's just not happy.
It just looks like one of those Chinese railroad workers. He's got the little hair and the tie. I put the little Bruce Lee outfit on him.
You got to top it off with the Bruce Lee outfit for sure. Oh my god.
Then there's another one that's Japanese, and he doesn't like the Chinese one. They're
like
at war with each other.
Mm-hmm. And don't even get the balls involved. It's a whole other thing.
I got one who's like half black. He's going through like an identity crisis. I don't know. These people don't like me.
He thinks he's a punk.
No. So basically, he's like, has anything happened since like everything started? And I go, yeah, the day that it started, I had sex for 3 hours. And he goes, well, there
lies your problem.
Quote, like verbatim. That's on me, right? The camera.
Yeah. Look at it.
Okay. He goes, he said, well, there's your problem right there. You broke the little fella. And I was like, oh, shit.
And he was like, to call it little. It's already broken, you fucking asshole.
My dad and my best friend are there. They hear this shit. They're laughing. I'm cracking up. And he's just like, yeah, you probably just caused like some type of trauma, a tear or something like that. It'll repair itself. Like, here, just take these antibiotics. And he was like, you're fine. You probably just caused like a minor infection in your bladder. And, or like he was saying I might have like tore something in the urethra or something like that.
Yeah,
like
right.
Some type of musculature or some bullshit. He was like, you might have like torn something. And he was like, you're good. He's just like, take this. It'll help with whatever you actually like tore.
It's probably like a pretty
itself.
more common thing than like not. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
But could you imagine being the first person to ever break your cock and just how terrifying that would be?
So scary. Wasn't there like, who was it? Dennis Rodman. He broke his cock.
Probably.
There's a story he told about it. I think it was to Dr. Drew where he tried to dive into a woman's vagina with his hard cock. Like he jumped.
And then he obviously missed.
Yeah, he missed and like literally
was it Madonna?
Bent it. No, I don't think so. No.
She probably has defense mechanisms.
Her bones would have fucking pierced him. No, yeah. So
oh goodness.
The other thing I wanted to bring up that I didn't even get a chance to fucking talk about was, so a buddy of mine called me recently. And he was like, "Hey, I got this guy that I'm in a game chat with, like on PlayStation." And he's
you did mention
this. Yeah, I told you this. And he was like, he's talking about how Batman v Superman is the best movie ever made, and he's like, I need you to come in here and like wreck his shit on this. Dude. And I was like, that's weird, but it's up my alley, kind of. And I was like,
secretly,
I didn't know.
You're like,
it was like me and like maybe like 6 other dudes that I didn't know who the fuck they were, and I didn't know who that guy was that he wanted me to have that conversation with. I didn't know any of them except for my friend and one other guy.
So how did that conversation between them even start, though? Like, how does that even come about?
I'm guessing they were just naming movies they like to bust to, and that guy must have been like, "Oh, Batman." Well, that guy, he from what he said, he's like a massive Zack Snyder fan, which is like, that's weird in and of itself.
So he's retarded.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is,
he like will lap up the shit that man slops out, like for sure. Yeah. He'd break his penis for Zack Snyder, that's for sure.
He would dive into Zack Snyder.
He'd piss blood for Zack Snyder, that's for sure.
I mean,
but it ain't no tiger's blood. So basically, it's Martha's blood.
Martha. He fucking goes and breaks the neck.
We have this whole conversation about that. That's fine, whatever. Then we're just like, we spend the rest of the night just talking about random bullshit, because it's really easy for me to start a conversation with a stranger and just like, be able to just have like a conversation with them, you know? So like I start saying, random shit. They're all like, what the fuck? And he brings up a comment that I used to make in the past, and I stand by this comment to this day. Stand by this shit.
Women shouldn't vote.
Women, blacks, the gays,
all of them,
Jews. So,
especially if they're Puerto Rican.
So basically, I said years ago, I would always say like, dude, if a man could suck his own dick, he would, 100%. And if you say no, I'm worried about you. I think it's gay. I think there's it's gay if you don't. Yeah. Like, there's something weirdly weird about that.
100%.
It's the same thing as if like a guy was like, jerk off. That's Weird. What kind of weirdo touches his own penis sexually? Like, yeah. Mine and other people's.
See these two hands? They've done some wicked things.
Yeah. And would you like to meet her sister?
This is Lucy, and this is Rhonda.
It's her evil twin. What's it called?
Don't watch.
So literally, I say that, and I stand by that shit. I'm just like, yeah, of course. And everybody in the fucking thing is like, oh, dude, what the fuck? That's sus. That's so sus. Like, that's gay. I'm just like, dude, it's my cock. And my whole thing was like, all right, I'm not saying you gotta fucking bust in your mouth and swallow the load and be like, did you like that, daddy? Like, you don't gotta fucking do that shit. I'm just like, are you fucking ridiculous or not? Like,
so is the argument to like fully get, like bust, obviously not in your mouth, but like get to that point, or is it just like attempting to suck it?
I think we've all attempted.
I think like if you go to a guy, and
I've attempted to suck. When I was a kid, I attempted it.
Every guy that has
got
a dick.
The tip. No, I was a kid. I was able to get the tip on my.
So that's one of those talents that if you have, it's like it's super. Like you either super flexible, or you have a huge cock, but you really can't brag about that. Like
you gotta keep that shit to yourself, son.
Like I could be sitting on the gem and jewels of like, dude, I literally like after we're doing this done with this podcast, I'm gonna suck my own dick, and I don't even have to. I just do this. But I can never tell you that because
you're in like middle school. You're just, guys, I figured something out that's crazy.
I'd be locked up in a fucking insane
and your
asylum.
one friend is gonna be like, big deal. My uncle does that for me.
I've been doing that since I was 10, bro.
Yeah. So no, literally, one time I was just able to do it. Like I had like a whole thing that I worked out where I flipped my legs over behind me while I had my head like fucking breaking my neck to like I must have compressed my spinal columns or something like that. And like
there's got to be someone out there that's literally taking yoga and shit.
I was probably like fucking cursing Marilyn Manson's name when that was happening. I'm like, you son of a bitch, you did it.
He cheated though.
Yeah.
He put the cheat codes in.
He raped those girls. Oh no, we were talking about two different things. Sorry. Sorry. We're talking about two different things here. Two different things.
As R. Kelly's former prosecutor.
But, I mean, I was getting it was fucking frustrating because I'm just like, oh, calm the fuck on. Yeah. I get it. You're not gonna say it openly. But you're so full of shit if you're like, no, I'm not doing. It's like the same thing as like some guy being like, I would never use a pocket pussy. If I gave that to the most macho guy in the fucking world, who's like, I would never fuck a pocket pussy. I give it a month. I give it a month.
Just pure curiosity alone will crack you.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. If I told every guy in the world today that from that point on, everyone can suck their own dick, they'd be like, what the fuck? That's stupid.
Dude, come on. Let's do it now. Let's get it trending. Where it's like, no matter how small your dick is, you can suck your own dick.
Yeah, we detach your head. We offer a really interesting and new service. Yep. Elon started this, guys. Elon Musk. He knows what he's doing.
He's got his first factory built in Mars right now.
I'd trust a man who's regrown his hairline like that.
Wouldn't you?
It's just alien cum. Like, it's just future alien jizz.
Basically.
No, but yeah, that shit pissed me off. I was annoyed as fuck by that. I was just like, come on, you guys are full of shit. Nobody wanted to back me up on it either. They were like, oh no, I wouldn't do that. And then he's like, how are you comparing? He was like, how are you comparing jerking off to sucking your own dick? I'm like, tomato. You're giving yourself a fucking hand job, you fucking asshole. He's like, no, it's just jerking off. I'm like, okay, so you would jerk off another guy? And he's like, no, that's gay. All right. Well, I'm not telling you to suck some other guy's dick, am I?
Your dick.
Suck your own dick, just like you jerk your own cock. And he was just like, no, that's not the same thing. You can't compare jerking off to blowjobs. That's like actually. And I go, okay, so hold on. Okay, so hold on.
Let's hear the argument.
So if your girlfriend goes and jerks some other guy off, that's not cheating? You're just like, oh no, it's fine. She didn't blow him. Like, shut the fuck up. You're such a... Like, we're going to pick and choose and like cherry pick this shit. Right. Make it make sense at least. You're just like, that's gay.
I'm
like,
100% on you, like, with you on this.
Dude, if I could blow myself, I would never use my hands again. I would lose all strength in my hands. My body would adapt so that I'd have to carry things with my mouth.
I would literally see you like like 6 months later, you'd have the jawline of like the. It's like it's actually muscular.
I'd look like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, but just in my jaw. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like just like and then your arms are like just like
I could bite
T-Rex
through
arms.
trees. I'd get a job as a lumberjack, and I wouldn't even carry an axe. And just fucking
cut trees down.
They'd call me the human hippo.
Just
The
suck
strongest jaws in the world. Yeah, no. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't know what the hell that guy was thinking. All right, that was those were my two things that I wanted to talk about for that. I don't know, man. It was oh my god, I forgot about this.
What's up?
Oh man, there's a whole bunch of shit.
Dude, I literally, like I told you before we even started, I just said fuck my topics. I haven't written anything in like since probably the last episode we did. So I was like, yeah, everything that I have is gonna be dated. So let's just talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
Oh yeah, I remember I had this thought.
Oh god.
I wrote this down. It's like one of your high guy thoughts, but I wasn't high. I just thought about this and I was like, huh. I wrote it down and all it says is, how do we know if things are straight? So like I was thinking about this and I was just like, okay, we have, computers and stuff like that, right? And like at this point now something can just like analyze some shit and figure out that it's straight. But all that's based off of human programming,
Right.
based off of humans deciding what's straight and isn't straight. So
could you imagine?
So what if everything that every computer and everyone thinks is straight isn't fucking straight? And like a tear in the fabric of reality starts opening behind me.
What the fuck?
Like
Doctor Strange comes out. Peter,
it's the opening to the new Spider-Man movie.
Andrew Garfield comes. What the fuck is this?
Dude, the FBI comes knocking on your door right now.
God.
And kill the kids.
What the fuck? Do you have dogs? What? Do you have dogs?
We gotta close the loop. They firebomb your whole house.
And like, we need you to just go
They're
back
gonna
to normal.
they're gonna throw me in a hole like where they put the real Epstein, not that fucking phony that they murdered.
Yeah, that happens. What was I gonna say? No, well, yeah, that'd be fucked up though. Like, what if there's like a dog that's specifically bought for breeding, but he's gay? You know how terrible of a life that would be. You just like every day.
Where does that come into play? What was that?
What you were just saying?
about things.
God damn it! Did I do another one? Son of a bitch! I thought.
I'm talking about.
I just Raekwon it.
I'm talking about objects being straight.
Now I realized that.
No, not fucking people.
Bro, this is so fucking.
I'm like, how the fuck does a dog being gay have to do with anything? You're like for breeding purpose. What do you looked at me like I'm an idiot. You're like, what are you talking about, you fucking fool? This is what you said. Oh my god. Holy
I think I'm gonna fucking die.
I really feel like I explained myself really well, and you still somehow. I was like, the robots are programmed to know what's straight and what's not straight.
I thought you were talking about
you think
like
we
AI.
programmed AI to know if we're gay?
I thought that's what you were trying to get at. I was like,
You're like, man, Elon Musk is on some other shit, dog.
these Neuralinks are crazy, bro.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, dude, I'm literally sweating and crying.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck, dude. I'm crying and sweating.
Feel my kidneys shutting down. Oh my god.
God bless. That was fucking amazing. I needed that
Oh
shit,
my
dude.
god.
Oh my god.
You're like, I mean, what about the dogs? That's your first thought. What are we gonna do about all these dog breeds? Like, what's gonna happen now? They just start going extinct?
Yeah. And now we're gonna fucking never gonna get a
That's
Chihuahua
the most
poodle.
pressing matter. You're just like, my daughter wanted this specific breed. Now what do I do? I've got this fucking gay dog.
Nobody wants that.
Oh,
Come on
God.
now. Dude, that's,
Oh my god.
that's
Jesus
amazing.
fucking Christ,
God
dude.
damn. Holy shit, that was fucking great.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, what's up?
No, I was just gonna say, dude, I know we both what's up?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying I know we both have been dealing with some fucking fuckery in life.
Yeah.
But this week, dude, has been kicking my ass. I kinda told you earlier. Fucking garbage disposal goes out. Fucking car just automatically stops working.
Dog's gay.
Dog's gay. I don't even have a dog, but it's gay.
We sent him back to China, back to Wuhan.
Wuhan, you go.
First they released the virus, now they're turning the dogs gay. It's like that Alex Jones quote. They're turning the frogs gay.
You know what's funny? We were just talking about sucking dick, and now my jaw's fucking sore from laughing so hard.
Someone's thinking about you.
That's how it works, right?
Your old basketball coach.
Julian. Fuck. There's a reason why I quit basketball, bro.
There is something that I want to bring up.
What you got, baby doll?
2 things, actually.
2 chains.
Julian, you told me this. And when you told me this, like, I was, I felt, we both, when you expressed it to me, I was like, okay, that's fucking dope. Like, we definitely have to do it. You spoke about how, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, one of the people that had originally had been one of the, like, early supporters of the podcast.
Yes. I'm actually glad you brought that up, because I did not. Okay, thank you.
I wrote it down because I was just like, yeah, we got to talk about this, because it sucks, you know? One of the people who was one of the original supporters of the podcast, watched the episodes, you know, was like someone who really thoroughly enjoyed our stuff. How they passed away.
She's been fighting cancer for the past couple years. She honestly, she's a fighter. I've known her, just a little background story. I've known her for quite a few years. She worked with my mom back when I lived in Kansas. They're both social workers. So, after school, I'd have to go to her work. So, I just got to know her from that.
So she knew how easily you could manipulate children.
Exactly. So she's like, stay away from this guy. They had posters like, let me take your picture. I'm like, why? She's like, because we're going to put it. Yeah,
she'd appreciate that joke.
Yeah. No, but, long story short, she reached out to me when we first put shit out during when the pandemic first started. And she's like, hey, I saw you had a podcast. I'm going to check it out. I was like, oh, awesome. And I didn't think anything of it. Then she messaged me back again saying, that
this podcast took me out of remission.
This is even worse. No, but she's like, you guys are like genuinely funny. She's like, I enjoy watching you guys, and just having someone that that I knew, but it was like literally the first. I think other than like our immediate friends, Ginger Sean or Benexi or Holly. She was like one of the first people that actually like reached out, like said I'm gonna listen to it, actually listened to it, and was like, this is actually funny, and like was able to like quote things or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn. But yeah, she passed away. So I mean, that definitely sucks. The only thing I can say is she's not in pain anymore. So that's the only thing.
Podcasting with God now.
Exactly. So hopefully she's listened to us.
She streams on Saturdays, guys.
Only Saturdays.
Check out her Twitch.
But no, at
heaven.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, I'm actually glad you brought that up.
Yeah, man, of course. Like, you told me about that, and I was like, I was happy in the sense that I was like, well, it's great that she got to enjoy like our stuff.
Exactly.
That made me feel like so awesome. She'll never know that we'll go on to become the biggest podcasting in the game. Like,
exactly.
we're going to overlap all these people. We'll tell her one day when we get there. It's not real.
Why do you assume you're going to heaven?
It's not real.
You're going to hell.
Yeah, dude. Like, you told me that, and I was like, that fucking sucks, dude.
Right.
But like you said, she's not in pain anymore, and that's great.
That's the only thing, man. But yeah, so
it's great that she had a full life. She lived her life, and then she was able to enjoy like the best podcast that ever was concocted before she had her end. And
the more like the more I'm just tripping up on my words a little bit. The more I think about it, though,
cancer of the tongue.
I do. The more it kind of makes me want to push a little bit more, like putting out more of our
push
content.
our podcast on people with cancer.
Yeah, it's like you're dying anyways.
We go to hospital wards.
You can't cancel us.
Hey, can you give us a rate and review? We really need this.
Really, really.
Who's gonna be using your account in like 6 months anyway?
No one.
We start going around to cancer wards, and we're like, we snatch up their phones. We're like putting in reviews for ourselves.
That's terrible.
Fuck! Did we make sure that she reviewed us before?
Bro, we could literally
We
make
hit
that
up our
into an
family.
episode.
We're just like, hey guys, we really need you to do. Whip out our phone real quick.
Real quick. 5 stars.
5 stars. Rate, review.
That's all we do.
Subscribe, please.
That's all we do. But yeah, no.
But I wanted to bring that up for one thing, and then this other one is more this other one that was more of a personal thing for you,
Right.
and like I understood it, but it didn't like hit me in that way that it did for you because I didn't know her, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I appreciated that she was a fan of ours.
Exactly.
But this next thing is more of a personal thing for both of us because what we've probably never talked about on the podcast that much, if at all, is one of our favorite comedians that we both share passed away within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks from us recording this ago.
Yeah,
Something like that.
literally,
It's got to be like 2 weeks.
I'll say no more than, probably like 3,
Norm
2.
Macdonald passed away. Unfortunately, he was,
fucking-
secretly battling cancer.
Yeah, didn't
that
even fucking tell his
kept it from
family, dude.
everybody, which
Like-
is crazy. It's crazy that he was like, no, I'm not gonna let anybody know.
I'm just gonna
And
fucking...
that he still had that wit and that humor about him the whole time.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure plenty of people have said this, but there's never gonna be another Norm.
No, even when we compare other people to having similarities to
you're
him,
comparing him.
it's still never the same thing. It's never going to
not.
measure up.
Nope.
And it's like not necessarily somebody that we talk about on the podcast that much. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in our private conversations, just me and you.
Oh, we literally all the time.
Most likely the comedian we talk about the most out of everyone.
I would, yeah, honestly.
And it's just, you know, when we talked about it the first time after it initially happened, we were both so bummed about it. And I said to you, I was just like, you know what really upsets me is that I know now I'm never going to get to see him perform live ever.
Yeah.
That's a bucket list thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to see all of like my top 5 favorite comedians, the people I respected the most in comedy, to see them live. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 so far.
Right.
2. I would say 2. I've seen 2.
I'd say the ones that I've seen.
I've seen 1.
The ones I've seen are good, but they're not like in my top whatever.
I've seen 1 of my top. That's it. The
Was
other
it
ones that I've
Segura?
seen weren't my top ones. But
Segura.
I like you, Tom, but you know, you're my favorite comedian. I like you though. I love you a lot, but no,
then
Tom Segura is not my favorite.
When
though.
we blow up and he doesn't have it on his podcast.
No, but I want to
why.
see Chappelle.
Makes sense.
If I try and think hard enough about this, Mark Norman, Chappelle, Anthony Jeselnik,
Okay.
Sam Tripoli, Tim Dillon slowly encroaching the top 5 for me as of
really?
lately, man. I mean, he's so sharp, dude.
So is that based off of his actual stand-up content?
I feel like an asshole now because I'm not naming any people of color or women. I'm gonna start having to diversify my fucking list. It's 2021, man. What are you doing? All white men? Hey, one of those guys is gay.
But he's white.
And he's fat. That's 2 minority groups.
But I think the white cancels out both of those. You know what I mean?
Can't do nothing about that.
Nope.
And he identifies with the gender he was assigned at birth. Fuck. You're like,
Now you're at negative numbers. You owe the bank money.
But yeah, he was on that list, you know, and like
for sure, dude.
He was the guy that we talked about literally the most. Every other conversation, if we brought up something to do with comedy,
and it's so weird that we
we
didn't bring him up too. I mean, we probably sprinkled throughout the episodes, you know, whatever things about him, but like that actually like genuinely was someone that we did talk about a lot in our private conversations.
It's so,
and it's one of those things where it's like there's certain deaths of like celebrities or whatever that like they actually hit you, and it's like almost like it's not real. It's like, dude, no fucking way. Like I was just watching his fucking. I was on TikTok like a couple days prior to that. And they had so many, you know, things of that. I can't even think of the top.
Literally,
of the show that he did, the little talk show
on Netflix.
Yeah,
you're really funny. Yeah,
dude. Every fucking one I watched, I would literally watch it like 10 times in a row. So it just made me crack up so much. Yeah. His style of comedy, like everything about it was like.
I guarantee you,
so fucking
give
perfect.
it 6 months, we're gonna have like a documentary about him. It'll be like
That'd probably be like
like they'll have a comedian like probably Jerry Seinfeld will like produce it or something like that.
Yeah.
And he'll probably get like a comedian that Norm really respected and liked, maybe like Dave or somebody to like direct it and kind of host it. And I guarantee you this is what it'll be. They'll do like mini cut interviews with different comedians that were really close to Norm, just kind of talking in like a solitary room, probably in like an empty comedy club or something, you know, dimly lit, and they'll recount stories and jokes of his and stuff like that, and they'll stitch in like sets of Norm's. Like I'm guaranteeing you it.
Well,
Netflix will do it.
Since we're calling things and guaranteeing things out, Betty White. Your time
She's going down,
numbered.
You're on my top 5. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's about time, Betty. What if she's like draining the life from all these other celebrities and that's how she's sustaining her immortality? Dude, let's write a graphic novel about Betty White being the world's supervillain.
You know how that whole weird thing, like the age of 27, a lot of celebrities die, so it's like a curse.
Yes.
We'll tie it in with her. Mm-hmm. That's when she first committed the witchcraft.
It wasn't the bullet that killed Kurt. No. It was Betty White.
Fucking uppercut right after she just drained the fucking the essence out of what's his name?
Yeah, Courtney Love just got whatever was left over, whatever essence was left over.
She got just the spillage, just the drippies.
Spillage.
No, but after was Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix? Oh, no. River Phoenix? Oh,
she got him too.
Damn.
Yeah.
That one makes me sad. You know,
he was good in Young Indiana.
Now that we're talking about like celebrity deaths and stuff like that, you know what's a fucking crazy one that I think about all the time?
What's that?
Did you know that Mark Ruffalo's brother was murdered? He had an older brother.
I think I've read that
before Mark Ruffalo was even famous, he had a brother who was famous. He was a famous like hairstylist in LA. He was like the biggest hairstylist in LA. I think he was gay and he was involved in drugs and stuff like that. But like they found him like he was like,
it was very suspicious. Like, wasn't it like
his death? They didn't solve it. Like he was murdered, and there was never any resolution or anything like that.
Damn.
And I think Betty White did that shit.
Ooh, call the bitch out.
Calling you out, Betty. You fucking with your dusty puss. I think you suffocated him.
Whoa. What if she literally has like the fountain of youth, but it's her pussy is the fountain of youth. So everything's old, but she's got like the perfect 6-year-old pussy, just like.
Yeah, Weinstein could have looked fucking like young and hot, but he was like, I'm not touching her.
No.
You want me to touch a girl who's older than 12? Are you fucking kidding me?
He doesn't deal with single or with double.
He'll go with older chicks. It's just got to be against their will. Say you want the part. Say you want the part.
They never even made that movie.
Oh, they made a movie that night. I think they used that against him in court. They're like, and if you look here, Your Honor, you're going to see some really interesting editing choices. The lighting is magnificent.
How funny would that be?
She's crying and bleeding right now.
They have video evidence, but they're just critiquing the video part of it. It's like
the Lionsgate logo just fucking pops up. Like
what?
This is a whole
what? I see the boom guy.
The credits are real. You had people working on this?
It says a cast member of 100. What the fuck?
And he still put the girl all the way at the bottom. He's
naturally.
Like, yeah, we got to let her know where she is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is terrible.
Oh, God.
I miss this fucking terribleness.
Oh, God. Literally the best thing. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this.
What do you got?
Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, this one sucks too. This one's another sad one.
No.
Should we keep going with celebrity deaths? Because someone else I really like died too.
Who did? I'm curious to.
I think we did talk about this one too. But this one happened like a month ago. or maybe
We're late
maybe
to the
2 months
game,
ago.
baby.
Trevor
Sorry.
from The Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh, that was another shitty one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
fucking sucked. And they were working on
Getting
bringing it back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even worse because now they're like he was the
Push.
biggest part of it.
Right.
Like he was basically the leader of the group, and he was the one who was the head writer for most of
that one
stuff.
is actually another one that kind of sucked because that's a
That
show
was
that
such
we
an
literally
underrated
for
sketch comedy
sure.
show that really molded like that time period. You know what I mean? Where like all sketch shows felt too mature, too adulty,
Right.
You know, and then you had the kid ones that felt too childish and too silly. This was that perfect mark of like internet culture. Like it's where like that whole atmosphere thrived.
I would
us.
definitely say it definitely shaped like my trajectory as far as like what I find funny, my comedy, like all that stuff. Like we literally since we've met, like since we've known each other, sorry. We have quoted back and forth just random fucking sketches and lines from their sketches, like a gallon of PCV, like that. That's to my
to this day.
I'll
I
never
quote
forget
that sketch show more than I quote SNL.
Yeah, oh for sure.
And I've seen literally an uncountable number,
Right.
incalculable number, inconceivable number.
Oh Jesus, throwing these big words out.
Of SNL episodes compared to like, I don't know, there's probably like a handful of seasons of The Whitest Kids You Know, right? And each one probably has a handful of episodes.
Right.
And it sticks in your mind so good. Like you just can't believe to this day I quote all the time something I probably say every 24 hours or so. Me hate white people. And I do it because it like literally there's this like randomly throughout one of the seasons there's this whole Civil War storyline that's going on in between sketches. They'll just like they keep cutting through the whole season. They keep cutting back to the Civil War storyline where all the characters play Civil War, like they're in the army or whatever. And at one point they like run into like this Jamaican dude who like provides them with weed and stuff like that. And then they all start freaking out because they've never smoked like weed before and everything like that. My favorite part is where he's just like they're all sitting in a circle with each other. They're all high, and the one guy's like, "Hey, am I being cool right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're being cool. Am I being cool right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, guys, calm down. You're both being cool." Am I being cool right now? And then the Jamaican dude is just like, "Hey, you're all being cool. Calm down." Am I being cool now? And but they all start freaking out and saying dumb and doing stupid shit. And at one point he just goes, "Me hate white people," and that always sticks with me. Whenever I see white people doing dumb white people shit, I'll either say it in my head or say it out loud. I'll be like, "Me hate white people."
Yeah, like there's so many just like random ones that just pop in my head. Do you remember the suicide one where it's not the he didn't commit suicide, but he was doing like the audio asphyxiation or whatever the fuck it is.
I know what you're talking about.
And he's like the ghost part of him's trying to like get him off, and he gets his thumb stuck up his ass. He's like, "Oh God, no!"
I remember. Do you remember "Get a New Daddy"? He wrote a whole song about like incriminating your father, and then all the subsequent men that your mother would date after him for being pedophiles.
Dude, that shit was amazing.
I mean, it's so good. And what's it called? The Finger Ring Friends. I don't know if you remember that, but it was like a parody of the Power Rangers.
Yes, I do.
It was just like they wear power rings, the finger rings. And the whole thing was like the kids put on the rings and then you become the finger ring friends. And they like wore these stupid like jumpsuits or whatever. And it was like supposed to be a dumb infomercial parody and then the tagline was like, "Give your mom a fingering, give the dog a fingering."
they honestly, dude, they came up with some of like the best like puns and like one-liners.
Oh yeah, just quick little like that
but
was
they
the
made
greatest
a whole
thing.
skit about it, a whole sketch, and it's like.
And it just kept getting funnier every time it kept going.
More ridiculous, more funny. Like
I remember they did one of my favorite ones. It was like they all played like corporate pitchmen.
Yes,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
That's
and they keep just trying to. They keep trying to. They're trying to sell alcohol to kids. They keep trying to go lower and younger. And every time they come back to the meeting, they've made more money.
Right.
They're like, now we've lowered the drinking age. Like, and they keep going and going. And then the final one was like they're making too much money. We don't even know what we can do with the company anymore. And then the final one was the guy, he pitches his last idea, and it was it was beer that you intravenously insert into utero while the baby is like growing, and he was like, fetal beer, and then literally space time starts tearing apart, and they're like, what's happening? And he's like, the idea's too good, it's tearing apart the fabric of reality. And the sketch just ends.
So ridiculous, but it's so fucking perfect.
It's literally, it's sad.
It is sad,
but I feel I saw it on there, and I was like, we have to address all of these things because we missed talking about them on the podcast. So
and like we said, all the things that we're calling out are actual people that we not only admired, but help shape what we are as far as like our like comedy,
especially Betty White.
Yeah, of course,
Golden Girls, baby.
Low key, I'm not gonna lie, I like Golden Girls.
Oh no, I like Golden Girls.
That shit.
I fuck with Golden Girls. that theme song slaps too. I'm just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And Betty White can get it, even though, I mean,
they could all get it.
I mean, they're all dead.
All the girls are golden on there. There's got to be a Golden Girls porn parody somewhere out there.
Ron Jeremy is definitely in a Golden Girls porn.
Imagine Ron Jeremy and Betty White just blowing her fucking back out.
Just imagining Ron Jeremy, period.
Her body's so like fragile, and her skin's probably so thin you could literally like see his dick inside of her.
It's almost like translucent.
I was thinking more like a snake as it's moving through like a carcass of an animal. You just kind of see the lump of it like lifting.
That's a.
It's
a dirty taste in your mouth.
You watch her body like something's moving under it, like she's being invaded by an alien species.
When she orgasms, she's like,
it's taking over.
It's like that scene from Mummy when the fucking locusts get inside them.
The fucking scarabs when they start eating them. Oh my god.
That terrified me for years. I'm not gonna lie.
For real. All right, let's see if I got anything else. Or
I'd say honestly, we could probably wrap
this one up here. All right.
I mean, the last one was, the last part of it was kind of sad, but I mean, we still.
Hey, it's all within the spirit of the show, man.
Exactly.
We talk about what we want to talk about on here. It's the show about everything and nothing.
And I kind of want to watch some Whitest Kids
Betty White porn.
That too.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, just watch Whitest Kids You Know.
One on one
Betty
screen,
White.
one on the other screen, whichever one you come to first. You got to write a letter and send it to them.
I'm gonna do for a month straight.
Dear Betty.
I'm gonna take
just a load in the paper. It just says Dear Betty, and you just drop the load in the paper.
I don't even lick the envelope to seal it. It's already sealed shut for me. Jesus Christ, kids.
But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the newest episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. I know it's been a long time. Hopefully this is us getting back on track with everything. Make sure you're following us on all social medias at Real Clean Closet for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also find us on Facebook with the full name of the podcast, The Cleaning Out My Closet Podcast. Follow us on TikTok at Real Clean Closet, right?
Yes.
We're doing a little bit of stuff on TikTok. Hopefully we'll be on there a little bit.
Yeah, no, we'll start putting more stuff out now that we're going to be making more episodes.
Make sure you're commenting on the YouTube channel, liking, subscribing, sharing, and email us at...
That's going to be at cleaningoutmypodcast@gmail.com.
There
Bitches.
you go. Perfect. And what you're going to want
last
to make
thing
sure...
is don't what was it? Don't forget to kiss your dad.